All right, hang in there, little hoofed and horned. Well, I guess that would be like a horny toad lizard thing, wouldn't it? Geez, that makes me really want to look back into the like horny lizard of Texas. I think it can shoot blood out of its eyes to defend itself too, which is an extremely fascinating and also somewhat terrifying ability to have. But you know what's even more terrifying? The poor thing having the far-flung flu, which really kind of like drives home the memory that actually, oh, and now we have a hanging animal plant pot. Yes, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. And also apparently we have a dilemma, and also we have managed to go ahead and gain a lot of wildlife enlightenment out of the blue, though it's not really out of the blue. I'll have to explain about, you know, the frogs in real life also suffering from a terrible fungus. Oh, I really hope that the far-flung flu doesn't end up adding a fungal element. Ugh. Ugh. Especially because we have so many spas, but I'm gonna stop thinking about that. But I guess we were getting ready to add in a whole bunch of like the coffee blight plants. Oh no! Are my fungus among us coming to get me? Oh dear. Okay, hang on. I need to go ahead. Biohazard a guess at the far-flung isles ever steam streams. Some of the area's crucial plant life is knotted with toxic weeds. The team aren't sure whether to stop and clear the area or move on the task ahead. Stop to garden, of course! It's gonna add a little bit more time to the expedition, but we are going to improve the local environment and remove the weeds, which I'm hoping, if they're toxic weeds, they're possibly invasive as well. Because I mean, what do you do if they're like, you know, endemic? They're supposed to be there. Ugh. We'll have to, maybe Mr. Silverbottom will know here. Rewilding. While we must care for each and every animal staying here at the museum, we can't lose sight of the grander purpose of helping the far-flung isles. Releasing healthy exhibits back into the wild will do wonders for its biodiversity. In turn, we should start to find rare and unusual varieties of creatures as the environment improves. Oh boy. That looks like a fox wolf creature that also has a lot of the Tibetan wolf motif in its face with the broader jaws. We're gonna have to like, okay, we're gonna have to look up is it the Tibetan wolf or the Tibetan fox? This is what I get for like having just ended up watching a documentary about the maned wolves, okay, which aren't even really related much to wolves. But aren't they fascinating? But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop getting so tangled up in the toxic weeds before we even get going into the broader forest. You know, you don't want to stop and only see the weed for the forest, or the forest for the trees, or the tree for the forest. Boy, I'm really making a metaphor of that, aren't I? All right, carrying on. Reintroducing wildlife to the far-flung isles rewards sanctuary points that can be redeemed for new animals in the adoption menu. However, it also increases the biodiversity level of points of interest in the far-flung isles map. Biodiversity is a unique form of survey level for wildlife points of interest. Points of interest with a high biodiversity level may reward rare, higher quality wildlife exhibits. Heal the far-flung isles to find extraordinary wildlife. That sounds fantastic. And also, it seems that we have gone ahead and we have bred up a whole bunch of really wonderful flamboyant fish. We have cured that bullfrog. We have gotten a pollen packet we can apparently work with. And apparently we are expecting a bogeyman heist at our museum. We need to have a security guard who can actually go ahead and take care of our new security area. Let's see. The tunnel vision, narrow field of view for security. No. Nice smelling face. Slacker takes longer breaks. Junk foodie. Okay, look, if somebody's gonna have a nice smelling face, then hopefully they'll be good enough to work there. Oh my gosh, and the fish are breeding. The fish stocks are rising. The projects are projecting all over the place. Let's see, and we're gonna need to check out a pollen packet. Increases the wildlife point of view diversity because we're bringing back some of the native seeds. You guys! Okay, we're gonna need to make one of those for sure. And our expedition crew out to the far-flung isles is slowly but surely returning to us. Phew, and also, okay. Whew. So, all of that said, hello everyone, and welcome back, where we have been doing a little bit of work behind the scenes in order to just try to prepare ourselves for apparently criminals popping out of the toilets. In other words, I went ahead and I moved around the staff hallway that we have got and kind of just rearranged things a little bit so that we have our wildlife welfare room down here. Turns out you can only have one animal spa at a time, much to my sadness. So we shrunk the room down a little bit to make it a little more cozy, easier to reach everything, of course. Ooh, and we have some people arriving after a tropical storm. Look at that, but they took care of those weeds. So we finally have a little bit more to that biodiversity. Oh, I'm gonna be so tickled if we can actually help out more with that. Look at this new guy! A mild life decreases the buzz. Mortal, natural comedian, a terrarium animal of the jungle, a creature more than capable of camouflaging in its environment if it chooses not to. That chooses not to. Instead, these kaleidoscopic lizards seem to change color purely because they feel like it. I can respect that and think it's quite cool. Let's give this guy a little spin-a-doo in our little in our little washing tub for the micro animals. And welcome the fact that I finally figured out how to go ahead and how to make it so that we can come in and we can take care of raising the enrichment for the animals that we treat in our welfare area. Because basically any of our employees can come in and they can take care of the animals here. However, if you want to analyze the animals and thus increase the enlightenment, I meant enlightenment, not enrichment. I mean, you know, don't know about you guys, but getting some new hanging animal pots kind of feels like enrichment for me, at least. But in order to get that, you have to have an employee like this one right here, who's feeling like a button master having played on the game console. Boy, that's a big boost. This wonderful animal analyzer, who is going to be none other than animal expert Marsh Midge. That's right. I finally managed to pull my list back up. People are gonna have their real name tags now, named after our wonderful patrons who have made so many of these adventures possible for so long. Time employed 6 years, 6 months. I swear, Marsh, that's like the amount of time you've been a patron, so so that kind of lines up pretty well there. Also, family friendly and a lard lad, enjoying some of the... Do I even have any donuts? I don't think I have any donuts at the moment, but what did we just manage to snag? The biscuit buffet. Is that for staff? Or, so, what does the biscuit buffet count as? I'm quite curious now. Ooh, and actually, if we complete like the point of interest exploring in the wildlife far-flung isles, do we get a cool map the way that we got the Bone Belt map? Because I'd be so happy about that. Also, we need to now release an animal back into the far-flung isles. However, I would also like to go ahead and let's move this donation well over a little and put down this medium terrarium over here, maybe. Yes, we'll have to adjust this a little bit to make sure that everyone has enough room to get around, but can still come and see what kind of cool animals could be found. And also, I think we need to move the morsel machine. There we go. And we're definitely gonna have to like work on making this look a lot nicer. Look at that cool terrarium! Oh, I love it so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so we have our jungle terrarium. Let's put the self-cleaning spores in here just cause. And then let's go ahead and add this female camoodlin into here. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty! And I love how it's named, like, so they're kaleidoscopes. So I'm gonna actually name this Calicore for just like kaleidoscope, and also kaleidoscope slash Cali is what we call one of the lenses we have for our fancy wildlife camera, because I like naming things because I feel like you take better care of them, which really kind of underscores the point of having not gotten the proper name tags for our staff members yet. I'm sorry, friends. I promise I'll get there eventually. But there we have Calico, who we already have a little bit more knowledge about now too. And I really feel like the tour stand should definitely change, but it's kind of a decent tour. Let's see. Didn't we have another tour guide that we had? So we have a tour guide looking at a couple of these big exhibits. I wonder if I should include... Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe we'll start with the terrarium. Look at that. Average quality, but perfect buzz and perfect decoration with great length of the tour. And then, let's see. Yes, I think that will work. Maybe we'll start with the aquarium even. Is that better? Cohesion okay, length great. All right, there we go. Hopefully that'll help out. There we are. And let's see. We also have another bullfrog. It is a metal bullfrog. Is that what we have in here? So we have, oh, a female bullfrog in here who's just kind of like hanging out by herself. But maybe she's wanting to go into the little spinadoo as well. So let's pick her up. And then we're going to put her in the spinadoo, which may help our wonderful wildlife expert Marsh Midge, who finally does indeed have, you know, that name tag. That may help them to go ahead and be able to research a little bit more about the bullfrogs, and that would top off our knowledge of them, wouldn't it? Also, I love the fact that they end up having a whole bunch of companions. That's just so precious. That you could, or like by the companions, like all of the different animals find a expert keeper who they just become the most happy with being the companion of. That makes me very happy. Let's see, what else do we have? Hate sharing an enclosure with the snake. Well, don't worry, my bullfrog friend. You're fine there. And then that uses all of our terrariums up, but we do still have the beardy lizard, who I think jungle and terrarium we could put in here, and I don't think that it will end up fighting and having issues. Oh, look at you, friend. Yeah, I don't think the beardy lizard, natural survivor, finds food on their own, mother hen, slightly increases the health of offspring who are in the same enclosure. He's really such a sweet guy. Oh, like what a happy little old man. Like just wants to raise. How about we name him Grandpa? Just cause. Why not? I think that sounds adorable. Also, he wanted a custom name. So we've got Grandpa the lizard, who we did end up finding and rescuing. Now we've tidied them up. We even earned a little award just then. Nice. And we have the bullfrog, who we don't have a custom name for just yet, but she's in here now. And I think a squeaker phone is absolutely a requirement on the bullfrogs because they're going to be quite loud. Let's see. And so she wants a custom name. Robertia. And then how about how about Tia. Robertia and Robertio. Tia. Robert T. Ribbit. I'm trying to like mimic. Okay. Like that's like a frog. Generalist frog sound, right? Because there's also like we have a lot of frogs here in North Carolina. So if we have, how about Brew. Stir? Okay, I have to do that. All right, I don't know if those will be very happy frogs, but we've got them now. Let's see. Oh, and I forgot I made a seahorse racer to just like pass some of the time, because I thought that like maybe the kids would enjoy playing that. I'm gonna put that out here just to give them something to do, so hopefully we'll be able to get some more money. And let's check. We actually cannot afford to get a single one of the animals up for adoption. However, why don't we see if this carnivulture here, textbook specimen, natural comedian, but she's got average quality. I think, oh no, this is like the animal expert Marshmidge is the favorite keeper of that carnivulture, so we can't release him. Then we have another female, so I think we'll go ahead and we will release this female off for sanctuary points. It looks like we can do that for 80 sanctuary points. And it will increase the associated point of view's biodiversity. Ooh, look at that! The scales spitzer, and we also have the plant food and meat food dispensers. Huzzah! My representatives inform me that the place is really coming along, as is its cumulative stench. Kudos to you and your smelly little institution. Thank you, Miss Proxbridge. Thank you indeed.
The rising success of the county's wildlife museum is prompting new and divisive questions. Questions like, what are better, animals or fish? Who would win in a triathlon, a whale or a team of chimps? And why does everything have to be a contest? Tune in tomorrow, when we'll be debating that very subject.
Well, you know, that's a good way to kind of put it. Okay, good. And we've got the dispensers, the birds and the birds and bees. It's vital for the far-flung isles that we reintroduce wildlife into the environment. Healing creatures is one thing, but we'd go a step better if we could release brand new animals into the wild. Perhaps even with even healthier genetics, eh? The painted panda desperately needs greater numbers to reestablish its population, but we'd have to find one, preferably two, first. My beloved panda will have to wait another day. Provide the right facilities in your enclosures to allow animals to reproduce. You can add a baby hutch to habitats as an item or to terrariums as a perk. Oh my word. Baby hutches. Baby hutches can be added to habitat rooms as an item or to terrariums as a perk. Before reproduction can take place, there must be enough space in an enclosure for a new arrival. In order to reproduce, there typically needs to be two animals of the same species and different genders inside a single enclosure. Though some species have no gender requirement and some can even reproduce with a single parent. Animals will only reproduce when at maximum happiness. Activate animal buzz bonuses and decorate enclosures to increase the probability of producing new wildlife. Oh my word. We have a rewilding reset workshop project. We have a baby hutch workshop project. We have a baby hutch. You guys. Yes. Yes, this'll do. This'll do wonderfully, won't it? I am extremely excited about this. I'm gonna need to make a little bit more room, because if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. Let's make sure that we've got enough room. Let's make sure we've got enough space, that it's nice and roomy for our carnivultures to be able to think about potentially having a little nestling of their own. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay, and then we also want to make sure that they're super happy, settled in. Let's see, there's our jungle. I'm so glad that I have at least one animal that really appreciates having just tons and tons of plants and trees all over the place. It's like, it just matches my soul, right? And it's just nice to be able to know that you can give okay, Luna. Oh, all right, I'll give you a nice name too. I'm trying to go ahead and have a little conversation here about like how it's just really nice to be able to have pets that like you click with, and they're not pets, but you know what I mean. I'm thinking about like if you guys come from a family like mine when I was growing up, you might have a lot of different pets in the house over different periods of time. And sometimes it's just really nice when you just click with one of them. Because they get you, you get them, you got the same sort of desires, the same sort of speed. Like, I never could quite keep up with some of the Labradors that my uncle raised because they were very, very, very tennis ball obsessed. And even though I loved throwing it for them, eventually I would get worn out. Or just like want to do something different for a change. Like, hey Jake, what do you say we go ahead and maybe we relax, on the outdoor couch and just read a book for a while. And that was not really his thing. But Babe, another one of the Labradors, would curl up with me and she would just snuggle. Like, that's what I mean. So that's how I feel about the carnivultures. And the fact that although they are very, very hungry meat eaters, they do happen to enjoy plants. I can meet them there. We can enjoy plants together, I hope. Also, I don't know if they can like get over to, maybe I have too many plants. If I'm like, wait, can you guys actually get to where I want you to go have your babies, please? Let's see. So let's see if they're happy. I'm pretty sure that this one's happy and we need to give her a name. I'm pretty sure they've got their like buzz on. Wow, we only lost $15 that month. That's not bad. And then meanwhile, let's come over to our workshop projects. The Rewilding Reset dramatically increases wildlife point of view diversity and total expedition days. So you take longer being there, but I think it helps to like plant actual trees. That would be really amazing. Okay, so let's see. We also have the perks, the baby hutch, which allows animals to reproduce. So the trick is, I don't think we have a terrarium that's big enough to let, I'm thinking through it. I think we need a larger terrarium first. And if I was gonna have an animal reproduce and I was going to squeak and squee over it with deep, deep, deep passionate excitement, I would want it to be the colorful hamster, probably. Look, I'm being really honest here. Which means, I wonder if we send Wiggy Silverbottom. Well, actually, we do have somebody now who does fireflies. Never mind. Oh, we need to give this wonderful, wonderful employee a proper name tag because we have trained someone in the microzoology. And considering the fact that this is where you get a couple of the terrarium creatures from, this would be a good addition there. We just might have to watch out for other problems. There's no missing in action events. Sea legs, robust, loyal. I think I need to give everybody like their points. And then if we go ahead and give them a first aid kit to prevent like running into sinkholes. And then, okay, definitely need to give them proper names when they come back. Like instead of just, the bargain barrel discount name tags we have been assigning to people. And then this security guard wants training. And do you have any nice smelling lard lad? My friend, I could always use somebody who's able to move quickly. If you would like to go train with the, company's running team, the little jogging team. All right, and meanwhile, can I expand? Not over here just yet, but I did note that we are able to actually go ahead. We need to complete marketing campaigns and improve some of the point of interest on the far-flung isles to level 2 diversity. Then we can start expanding over here, and we can actually go ahead and buy this old stable soon. which we might do in a little bit here, so that we can expand out there and maybe swing the staff hall around so we have more room to take care of all of our wonderful, wonderful new guests. Also, I just remembered we have 2 spring-necked giraffe. Oh, I don't know how I forgot about that when it comes to the whole baby hutch thing, but I remembered and I'm very excited. Hello, you two. Are you both completely happy with life, maybe, please? Possibly? I really need to give, or excuse me, the spyglass. There's Oodles! Oodles, I totally forgot we named you Oodles. Does that mean I should go ahead and Doodles? Oodles and Doodles. And an empty baby hutch. Ta-da! A safe spot for a baby animal to take its first oafish steps. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. But alright, my friends, until then, thankfully we have plenty to keep us busy with just tending to the ZOOseum in so many other little ways. Ooh, there we go. And ooh, off the eaten track has now been unlocked. I need to think about what that means for us. And also, we need to start moving quite a few more things around just a touch so that we can go ahead and possibly see baby color wool hamsters. The birds and the bees and the bumblebirds and so much more next time. Bye-bye.